good one.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Hi, John. Welcome to Honor Flight. Thank you for your service. Okay, so we have a whole bag here that you can put your goodies in if you have your either one of us will see each other.
That's right.
And we don't want to get left.
Always start stripping the bus.
Every time I get on the Southwest flight, good for you.
About a half a mile west of here.
Have a good one, Homer.
Again now.
If anybody greets anybody,
Get you up and get a donut.
there you go, Dad. You're good?
There you go.
So I invite you all, let's see if we can get the Honor Flight Chorus going with a rendition of the great God Bless America. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. That was pretty darn good, let me tell you, for this time of morning. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
Washington, Rod.
The United States Marine Corps War Memorial, dedicated on November 10, 1954, honors all Marines who have given their lives in defense of the United States since 1775. This memorial was inspired by the iconic photograph of the second flag raising atop Mount Suribachi on February 23, 1945, during the Battle of Iwo Jima in World War II, taken by Associated Press combat photographer Joe Rosenthal. Although originally thought the 6 men captured in the photo consisted of 5 Marines and 1 Navy corpsman, interviews, research, and analysis of other photographs and video footage taken around the same time of the second flag raising has brought about identification changes for historical accuracy. In conclusion, it was determined the 6 men captured in Rosenthal's photo were all Marines. As you make your way around the north side of the memorial, it appears as if the flagpole is being raised yet again, as it was on Mount Suribachi. The United States Air Force Memorial, dedicated on October 14, 2006, honors the service and legacy of the men and women of the United States Air Force and its heritage organizations. At the heart of the memorial, one will find a triangular prow bound by 3 stainless steel spires. The inspiration for the 3 spires soaring into the sky are fashioned after the contrails of the Air Force Thunderbirds as they peel back in a precision bomb burst maneuver during their flight demonstration. These spires are asymmetrical and dynamic, ranging in height from 230 to 270 feet tall, causing the view of the memorial to be different at every angle. The number 3 is also resonant, with significant associations for the Air Force, including their 3 core values of today: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Granite walls to the north and south contain inscriptions describing the valor and core values of aviation pioneers supporting the Air Force and its ancestor military organizations. Positioned in front of the southern wall stands a bronze honor guard, maintaining a constant salute day and night to all members of the United States Air Force and its predecessor organizations. In front of the northern wall stands a glass contemplation wall, a glazed independent panel portraying the missing man formation, flown in honor of a fallen Air Force member, symbolizing the presence of all those who are gone. The World War II Memorial, dedicated on May 29, 2004, honors the service of 16 million members of the Armed Forces of the United States of America, the support of countless millions on the home front, and the ultimate sacrifice of more than 400,000 Americans. Through stone architecture and bronze sculptures, the World War II Memorial recognizes the way America served, honors those who fell, and recognizes the victory they achieved to restore freedom and end tyranny around the globe. 12 bronze bas-reliefs decorate the walls of the memorial on either side as one approaches the ceremonial plaza. These reliefs chronologically highlight the experience of the war on the home front, placed in context with the battles being waged on land, sea, and air. 56 granite columns representing each U.S. state and territory at the time of World War II ring an impressive rainbow pool located in the heart of the memorial. Quotes by presidents, authors, and commanding officers, references to theaters, campaigns, and battles, and 2 massive victory pavilions representing the Atlantic and Pacific theaters chronicle the efforts Americans undertook to win the war. Within the victory pavilions, a large rendering of the World War II Victory Medal is centered upon the memorial floor. Directly above the Victory Medal, 4 stately American bald eagles, symbols not only of our nation, but of the armed forces, holds aloft an ancient symbol of victory, a laurel wreath. As one glances over the rainbow pool from the balcony of the Victory Pavilions, your field of vision is captured by a wall of 4,048 gold stars on the west side of the memorial, reminding all of the supreme sacrifice made by over 400,000 Americans to make that victory possible. This memorial thus stands as a testament and tribute to the legacy of the greatest generation.
Thank you for your service, Nicholas. Welcome. Thanks to Guardians for bringing everyone today. Thank you for your service. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for your service, Pat. Welcome to the World War II Memorial. Thanks to Guardians for bringing everyone. Thank you for your service, Mark. Welcome up. Thank you for your service. Welcome up. Yada yada. Yes.
Color guard. Present colors. And salute.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets in air, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ready. Go. Will you now join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you will now join us in a moment of silence. Thank you. And salute. Ready, go.
Punch, shoulder,
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Color guard, retire colors.
toast, turn, more.
This concludes today's ceremony. On behalf of a grateful nation and Honor Flight Chicago, we thank you for your service. Don't go anywhere. Please remain in place for our group photo. WWII Veterans, please take your place with the group. Thank you.
Built in the style of the Parthenon, the Lincoln Memorial, dedicated May 30th, 1922, has inspired generations. A 19-foot tall statue of President Abraham Lincoln gazes out from the solemn chamber of his memorial. Lincoln's imposing temple is surrounded by 36 columns, each representing a state in the Union at the time of his death in 1865. The interior of Lincoln's memorial features inscriptions of this revered president's most important speeches, the Gettysburg Address, and his second inaugural speech. Above these speeches are the murals named Emancipation and Unity. On the wall behind the Lincoln statue is an inscription that reads, "In this temple, as in the hearts of the people for whom he saved the Union, the memory of Abraham Lincoln is enshrined forever." The Korean War Veterans Memorial, dedicated July 27, 1995, commemorates the sacrifices of millions of Americans and Allied partners who fought during the Korean War. The memorial's wall of remembrance contains over 2,500 photos, selected from the National Archives, of men and women who served in the Korean War. 19 stainless steel statues, standing in a field of juniper bushes and polished granite strips, represents a platoon on patrol marching through rice paddies and over rough Korean terrain. Each statue stands 7 feet tall, weighing nearly 1,000 pounds, representing the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps, and are proportionate to the percentage of participation in the Korean War by each branch. When combined with their reflection in the Wall of Remembrance, there is a total count of 38 figures, representing the 38th parallel, forming the border between North and South Korea.
And there are tarps that they're using as rainbows.
Ready to the first thing I do.
Not sure what I'm shooting.
Just tip away a little.
They allow for some time for people to upload pictures. Okay.
The Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall, dedicated on November 11, 1982, honors the men and women who served in the Vietnam War from 1959 until 1975. The memorial wall chronologically lists the names of more than 58,300 Americans who gave their lives in service to their country fighting in Vietnam and Southeast Asia, as well as those who were listed as missing in action during the war. 2 arms consisting of 70 panels each form a wide V shape, with the eastern wall extending toward the Washington Monument and the western wall directed toward the Lincoln Memorial. Next to the names of those declared fallen, you will find a diamond shape etched in the granite. Next to those considered missing in action, you will find a cross. If a person currently marked as MIA returns alive, a circle would be etched around the cross. If the service member's remains are identified, a diamond would be superimposed over the cross. The In Memory plaque, dedicated on November 10, 2004, honors the men and women who served in Vietnam and later died from causes related to the war. Dedicated in 1993, the Vietnam Women's Memorial, portraying 3 women caring for a fallen soldier, pays tribute to the more than 265,000 women who served during the Vietnam era and is the first memorial in Washington, D.C. honoring women's military service. Young, armed, and wearing jungle combat gear, the 3 servicemen statue, dedicated on November 11, 1984, stands as a permanent watch over the wall. Veterans have stated, while there are distinguishing characteristics for each man, they still feel like they could be any soldier. It was the first representation of an African American on the National Mall.
You didn't know you were going to be famous.
We're looking for
15 years old when he was killed.
Oh, 2-5. Oh, yeah, Dan Moore was forward observer. Good buddy of mine, volunteered.
3 more guys here with no station with. I can't tell you your name anymore.
No, he was forward. Dan was good.
Want to do it? Get the top of the E there. There you go.
I think that would.
There you go.
I'm sure would be.
Yeah, it's kind of quiet.
This is like the third panel.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm going to be wrong for you.
Opened in 2003, the Stephen F. Udvar-Hazy Center, located next to Dulles International Airport in Northern Virginia, serves as a partner facility to the National Air and Space Museum, located in Washington, D.C. The two locations together attract more than 8 million visits per year, making the National Air and Space Complex the most popular museum in the United States. This expansive museum consists of 3 hangars. The Boeing Aviation Hangar houses dozens of historically significant aircraft and artifacts, including the Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird and the Concorde. The James S. McDonnell Space Hangar houses dozens of spacecraft, including the Space Shuttle Orbiter Discovery. A more recently added hangar, the Mary Baker Engine Restoration Hangar, is where scientists and engineers work to restore artifacts from the Air and Space Museum's massive collection.
evening, Honor Flight Chicago Flight 105. What a day. We asked you to get up pretty early, I would say, but boy, did we see a lot. Boy, did we do a lot. We started out with the Iwo Jima Memorial, the Marine Corps Memorial, the Air Force Memorial, the World War II Memorial, the Korean War Memorial, the Vietnam War Memorial, and we ended off with the Udvar Hazy Air and Space Museum. And we saw countless well-wishers along the way. I'm constantly asked, how do we pull it all together? How do we organize? How do we pull this day off? I see a lot of smiles and heads nodding right now. The answer is simple. We, hands down, have the best volunteers in the world. The most dedicated, best volunteers in the world.
Yeah.
Our orange shirts, our red shirts, our blue shirts, our green shirts, all the colors of the rainbow, they come out to honor and pay their respects to our senior war heroes. I just want them to know how much we appreciate their dedication and their efforts. This is our 14th season, our 105th flight, and we're rapidly approaching 10,000 veterans brought to our nation's capital to see the memorials built in their honor. But what I'm really proud of is where we are today as an organization, Honor Flight Chicago, the depth and breadth of our program and the expansion of our mission into the community. We have programs like Operation Education, which is bringing our senior war heroes into the classroom, both remotely, virtually, and in person. Our Operation Never Forget, our podcast series, our countless veteran interviews, the touch that we have in the community now, and the way that we are spreading the word of honoring and paying respect to our senior war heroes is truly impressive right now. And we owe so much of that to the leadership team in Chicago. Doug and Edna, I'm sure many of you have interacted with them in the days and weeks leading up to this. They're truly hitting it out of the ballpark right now, and I'm so proud of the entire organization's efforts. But most of all, I'd like to thank our senior war heroes. I'd like to read a quote by Omar Bradley, the man who helped plan the Normandy invasion, the D-Day invasion. He said, "This nation will always need those who think in terms of service to their country, not in terms of their country's debt to them." That quote is more pertinent now than ever before, and we have 114 of those heroes with us today. My ask of those heroes is to keep it going. This doesn't have to be a one-day experience. Please, wear your service with pride. I talked about all the different ways that Honor Flight Chicago is getting involved in the community. There's plenty of opportunity for each and every one of you to get involved as well. Also, tell your stories. We deserve to hear them, and they deserve to be told. So please, please do that. A few years back, I was getting off the plane at Midway, and I heard somebody simply ask a simple question of a veteran. How was your day in D.C. today? He thought about it, and he replied, "I didn't realize anyone cared." Hopefully, after today, you all realize that there are a lot of us who really care and care deeply. So way back, decades ago, when you were stationed across the sea, across the country, whether it was at near home or far, outside of warm shower, what were your two favorite words to hear? Yes, mail call. Mail call, mail call. We have mail call for each and every one of our veterans here today.
So the way this is going to work is I am going to call your name, and just like in the service, there's a very good chance I'm going to butcher it. But if you hear anything that resembles your name, you or your guardian, please raise your hand and my team will send that mail back to you. Mr. Weatherspoon, Mr. Volin, Mr. Edward Werner, Mr. George White, Mr. John White, Mr. Wilkasecki, Mr. Voss, Mr. Harvey Cole, Mr. Daniel Calendo, Mr. Thomas Carton, Mr. Homer Christopher, Mr. Kenneth Grease, Mr. Curtis Hardy, Mr. Daniel Held, Mr. Rowan Hayden, Mr. Paul Hemstreet, my guy, Mr. John Jack Hilbrick, Mr. Donald Russell, Mr. Donald Prusick, Mr. Lee Richardson, Mr. Thomas Rodriguez Jr., Mr. Robert Pinion, Mr. Astor Rogers.
This is for my granddaughter.
Has everyone got one?
We honor you for your bravery to serve our country. Your stories are memories we will hold on to for the rest of our lives. Well released.
Mr. Thomas Ryan, Mr. Stephen Terranato, Mr. Ronald Torelli, Mr. Tommy Town Jr., Mr. Darrell Townsend,
honky-tonky village in Texas. There's a guy who plays the best piano by far. He can play piano any way that you like it, but the way he likes to play is A to the bar. When he plays it's a ball, he's the daddy of them all. The people gather around when he gets on the stage, and when he plays, he gets a hand. The real mommy beats puts the cats in the train. Nobody there bothers to dance when he plays with the bass and guitar. They holler, oh, beat me, daddy, A to the bar. Come on now, everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the whole sound block, they're dancing to the jam, how they rock. Spidey Murphy played the tenor saxophone, little Joey blowing on his slide trombone. Drummer boy from Illinois with Christmas band. The whole rhythm section was the Purple Gang. Let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the whole sound block, they're dancing to the jam, how they rock. They made fun of you, the boys understand. They brought him down because he couldn't jam. They never seemed to understand. Because the next thing he got went out and jacked to the band. Now the company jumps when he was traveling. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy, company big. Toot me out and tune him up to the bar. And boogie rhythm, he can't go in notes unless the basic guitar's playing with him. He makes the company jump when he was traveling. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy, company big. He was the boogie woogie bugle boy, company big. And when he plays boogie woogie bugle, he was busy as a busy bee. Sincerely, oh, you know how I love you. I'll do anything for you. Please say you'll be mine. Oh Lord, won't you tell me why I love that fella so? He doesn't want me, but I'll never, 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 never let him go sincerely. Oh, you know how I love you. Will be, there you go. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart what lies ahead. Will we have rainbows day after day? Here's what my sweetheart said. Come on, y'all. Is not survive. My goodness. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. They said what will be, will be. Here's my story. It's sad but true. It's about a boy that I once knew. He took my love and ran around with every single girl in town. Hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, ra-ba-ba-ba-ba, hey, hey, away from a runaround stew. Hey, I miss his face and the smile on his face, the touch of his hand and his guy's warm embrace. So if you don't wanna cry like I do, keep away from